Good evening, everybody. It's Donnie B.GotDaBeats live on Two Flew West, along with my brother Nicholas Baker. Today's guest, man, is a very, very close friend and family member of ours. She's a staple of the DMV community, staple of DMV culture. She has done so much for talent, the culture, the environment, the growth of what people know of the DMV music and entertainment scene today. We got to give her flowers. We got to give her a shine, and she has been every bit as important to our growth as she has been to the city. Today we got Meredith Forbes, CEO of AHR Record Studios. Sorry, After Hour Record Studios. We just gonna call it After Hours. I'm trying to get caught up on the branding names, but Merf, good to have you on. How you doing?
What's up, fam? It's so good to be here with you guys. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Oh, no doubt. We're gonna get it in. This is fam here. So you can drop the interview voice, man. Look, we just gonna do it for real. We get it in.
Okay. Well, sidebar, I thought we were already in the show when we was on talking.
Nah, see, that's backstage. It's real official. We got the green room and everything.
I thought we were already on, and I said, wait a minute, what happened? Oh, there goes the intro. Oh, they didn't hear all that already? I thought we were already riggedy wrong. Okay.
No, we gotta have an intro. We get you introed in with the countdown and everything.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm here for all of it. I'm glad to be here. That's what's up.
We don't do no shucking, no jiving. We get right to it. So, question number one. Who is Meredith Forbes?
No pressure.
Just like that.
Meredith Forbes is a lover of people. Meredith Forbes is somebody that lives a life of service. I definitely believe that my purpose in life is to give back and to support others in their growth and their dreams. And that's what I've been doing the entire time. Customer service was instilled in me at a very young age. I've been doing it for 27 years. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. So, taking care of folk and just finding out what people need and helping them along their path, like that's something that has just always been in me. So that's who Meredith Forbes is. Somebody that lives a life of service and is willing to give back to others. That's it.
Okay.
Definitely can stamp that one. Definitely who you are. You definitely give back. You definitely help people find their way. You definitely help people push their dream, whatever that may be. I think you're like one of those people who, no matter how far off it can sound, you'd be like, shit, let's go for it. Like, be like, Merf, let's put a landing strip in the back of your yard. You'd be like, we might got to cut some trees, but hey, I think we can get a plane back there, at least one, maybe a helicopter, what I'm saying? And like, you'll find a way to make it happen. So definitely who you are, definitely appreciate it.
I think if it makes sense, and I'm like, okay, now please understand, everybody's dream ain't the dream.
Makes sense.
What a sister ain't doing is just dropping money, just be dropping. I do have to believe in the vision too, you know what I'm saying? So, but there have been a lot that have come through them, like especially you two, man. You guys are the foundation for a lot of what I've done going forward. So, and I thank y'all for that. But anyway,
we've definitely been through a lot for sure. We're gonna get into some of those things, but
yeah.
What inspired you to build a studio and get into the entertainment industry?
Oh God, I was 20 years old and I wanted to do a demo. And I can't believe we about to get raw. I went into Radio Shack and was going in there to buy like a little karaoke recorder machine or whatever, because I was going to try to figure out how to put my own situation together. And I met someone who ended up being my first partner with the studio. And he said to me, "You really try and record?" And I was like, yeah, he was a producer. And I said, yeah. He said, well, you could spend $3,000 and get yourself a good demo done, or you could spend $8,000 and build your own studio. Well, $8,000 turned into more like $80,000 in my college education. But thank God for my parents, who were very willing and believed in the dream with me. And when I told them what I wanted to do, they were like, yeah. You want to build a studio in the basement? My mom had a house. It was an unfinished basement. She said, if that's what you want to do, that's what's up. And we were the labor. She had somebody that was the project manager, and that was it. And I was supposed to be an artist. Little did I know that as time went on, I would meet people that were way more dedicated to the artistry of music, of just being in this industry and everything else. I was like, I can't be an artist, but what I can do is support. So I'm gonna go back in the background, but I built this. So what this is gonna be is a vessel for those that have this true passion. Like I love to sing, but I didn't have the passion that I saw come through here with some people. And I was like, I can't do this shit. No. Yeah, let me stay in my lane. I'm gonna go back here, but I'm gonna support in every way, shape, or form I can. And this studio became a labor of love and became just a vessel to just support the arts and people that I was like, you don't have a voice and you don't have that grip, that $100, $300 an hour. There was some studios out here charging $300 an hour. You don't have that. I am now damn near 17 years later, still charging the same prices that we charged when we opened. Shit ain't changed, because I still believe in giving back, and that there is still some artistry and some people out here that just need an opportunity. So that's why I did this. That's why it's here. But it started out with me trying to sing me. Nope and nope.
No, but you know what's cool about it? It's gotta be said though. It's like a testament, like the fact, like you said, nothing has really changed. It's been the same, but then there's just the roster of names that have been in and out of that place, man, that have put on for the city, man. Are still putting on for the city. Matter of fact, I was just on Snapchat like 2 days ago. It was like Cheryl Rowe was in there. You know what I'm saying? Checked in at AHR Studios. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, Cheryl Rose still recording. Okay, she's doing a thing. And she at Merf spot. Like, you know what I mean? So you still, still doing it, still doing your thing, man. And it's blessed, man. It's blessed.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I give great shout outs to Breeze, New Jacks, and my man Malik with Mad Flavor TV. Like the two of them, like I'll be honest, I'm on my grind with work right now with my full-time gig. But them two, they really do help keep things relevant with the studio, with the online radio situation we got going on in here too. Like they really just keep the spaces relevant. I appreciate that. And they also continue to just stay true to what I want to do, which is just give back to the community and just shine a light on unknown talent. And they're doing that. So as long as you're doing that, we Gucci. Right. And that's it. So I really appreciate those two.
Yes. And And this is one of the big reasons we wanted to bring you on today, because like you said, you shine a light on the talent that's there, but we want to shine a light on you for bringing the talent there and what you have created. Like, and we always knew, like, you know, that like you said, you definitely wanted to bring a vibe and a certain type of artist there. You didn't want to just let anyone come in. And I always had an appreciation for that, of saying, like, you know, we can have fun in here, but it is a certain thing that won't come here as well, as far as vibe or energy. Like, if the energy ain't right, it's like, nah, we good. It ain't needed. Like, any business ain't good business. Like,
right.
those who come there have this high appreciation for that part of it.
Yeah.
But you don't find that in a lot of places. But it kind of leads us into our next question, which this is a pretty loaded question. I think all of us may have different answers to it. But what are some of your favorite moments that have happened at After Hours Studio?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man. What? All right. So okay. So man, like some of the best moments was just all of us being in here and vibing out. Like you guys, just everybody, like, you know, the whole fam.
Yeah, Blue.
You know who the fam
Yeah,
consisted of.
yeah.
And we be in here, we be grubbing. I be sleep on the couch in the corner, the little chair. Jay used to get mad at me, be like, why we feeding everybody? I'm like, because I like to feed the people. This is what I do. Oh man. That was some good times. Oh man, when we did the DJs after parties, oh man, that was everything. Having all those different independent artists in here and just willing to just show up and show out, and the different DJs we had from the radio stations and everything like that. That was such a cool vibe. Damn, and Picasso doing the motherfucking mural. Man, when he did the mural on the wall,
yep.
And I was like, look, I said, I need you to do this. And he was like, you gonna let me do it? I said, yeah, I'm gonna let you do this mural on my wall. There it is. You got the whole wall. I didn't give him no guidance, anything. He just did it. That was an amazing experience too. So, I mean, there's been so many that have happened here.
It's been so, damn. We talk about that, and I know, like, that wasn't his necessarily first mural, but it was one of the first. Like, before he did, like, you know, what is the Howard Theater joint? Like, before that was on, before, like, you know what I mean? And that's what we've talked. We had him on here recently, just talked about how, like, the Pender parties, doing, you know, his birthday parties at the studio, how he always came up with the crazy ideas, and it'd be like, all right.
Remember he had the brat in his joint?
Yes.
The brat showed up. What? I was like, who coming where? I said, who coming where?
Yes. Had the whole setup going. It'd be like, all right, what we putting together? Adding TVs everywhere in the house. Like, look.
He would hit me with the idea, and I had to be the executioner.
Yes.
When he wanted to do the damn, what was it, the Super Bowl party?
Yes.
I hooked up TVs everywhere in the house, laid down turf in my in
the garage, TVs in the bathroom.
We had TSA security running your backs. It was crazy. Yeah, we done some things.
You had Kitchen Cray Valentine dinner.
Yep.
Man,
look,
that was their first one.
Special setups and tables, and you know what I'm saying? Like backyard barbecues. One of the personal jumps for me is drunk mac and cheese. Not a lot of people know about drunk mac and cheese, but let me tell you, man, we went to the club one night and came back, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and Merf get in the kitchen and just all I see from the backside is her arms like this. And next thing I know, she come with a plate and she like drunk mac and cheese. I'm telling you, and like to this day, that's one of the best damn mac and cheeses I've ever had in my life. I don't know what she put in it, what kind of cheese it was, but it was amazing.
It didn't have any alcohol in it though.
It didn't have any alcohol in it at all.
Ooh.
I think also one that, like, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, I don't know if he was there from the very beginning of the creation of it, but it's where Mideast Records was created as well. So
you guys were the beginning and the creation.
I feel like the name was there before us.
Yeah, it was before us.
I feel like the name was there, but like the take
No.
I thought Mason came up with the name. Well, you and Mason came up with the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the name was there, but it wasn't.
Mason,
you know I'm old now. Okay, wait a minute, because it didn't come into fruition until you guys showed up.
Yeah,
I remember April 2006.
Yes. That's on the mural too.
Yeah.
And then like doing the show down at what was Station 9.
Station
I
9.
don't know what it's called now, but who knows? But doing the show down there, all them nights that we went down there would get tables and be out and showing up, and you know what I'm saying?
Nick, you performed with a live band before Jay-Z did.
Hey, right. Get it right.
We was a little bit before our time with a lot of things.
This is nothing but facts.
And Picasso, like that's how
I
kind of met him. Yeah, like I met him at something. I think I met him at a Up and Up on U Street, and then I was like, dude, I said, I want to commission you to design a jacket for an artist I have, and we doing a live show. And he was like, all right. And he designed your jacket for the show that night.
Yep.
And
like, it's crazy how far back stuff goes. And I think one of the great things I like to see now is just how everybody is flourishing, how everybody's doing big things. And like,
yeah.
And I just think, never forget like coming through in those times where everybody was grinding and struggling and figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So crazy times. Donnie, you got any more that we didn't name?
University of Maryland. Like that whole right after the day after your joint down at Cottabez or Station 9.
Yes.
Like, that was
Feed the Turtle. Feed the Turtle.
I mean, like,
yes,
crazy. And I still look at that footage to this day and be like, yo, this is wild, yo. You know what I mean? Like, then we did a couple joints in Baltimore. Like one of the joints in Baltimore, we was in the back of the truck and everything.
Yes, on the pickup truck. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna kill this joint regardless. You know what I'm saying?
And look, you can't forget the buttery nipples either. I know that sounds crazy.
That's the buttery nipples.
Hey, we had the buttery nipples in the select ribs.
Yeah, the select.
Gotta have the select ribs.
Oh, the select ribs is everything.
I gotta
say those ribs and the Bacardi Select. Throw them on the grill. What?
Yeah, that Bacardi, man.
Buttery nipples is a drink. Wasn't nothing crazy going on. It's a drink.
I gotta say too, though. This is very, very important for me too. Just me personally, like with y'all, just us three right here, is just the trip to California because it just opened everything up for me. You know what I mean? And be like, okay, everything that I thought was possible is possible. You know what I mean? Before it was just like, oh, okay, what's the DMV? But then we went out there. We did LA, yo. You know what I mean? And it was just like, wow, okay. And I if you remember, I said it then. I was like, yo, I'm moving to LA, yo. He's like, nah, we got you do home. It's like, okay, cool. Came back home, but I always knew I'm being LA, yo. You know what I'm saying? So these are the types of moments that I think of what got me to where I am today. Through AHR, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, so.
Again, I think we did a lot of things that were for local DMV artists was ahead of our time. And for me, I was just like, if I have it and can invest and do it and get us out there, get my people out there because I believed in y'all, then guess what? We going. Like, let's go. And it's so funny because at the same time, this was happening. I was also in property management. I had just gotten property management at the same time that I had built the studio. So everything was kind of running parallel for me, but it was funny how some of those property management things was helping out for things that were going on in the personal life. Like me, what? We were staying in guest suites.
Right.
We were staying in the guest suites for my property, so we had to pay for hotels. All we had to do was fly out there and stuff like that. So it was certain things that just aligned and worked in our favor. But we definitely did some amazing things. It's been one hell of a ride, y'all.
Well, I do want to interject and throw something in there. There's a couple things. It's always the music that I gotta throw the music out there. Like the music that we did was ahead of its time. And you know, I actually talked to Baker earlier. You know, I got something I kind of wanted to share. And it's in low fidelity, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go ahead and play that real quick. So Baker, you good?
Get it.
All right.
Shit, take it away, hey, Brosco, middies, bullies. Let's go. Y'all better get your eyes right. Brosco's turn up in that line. I like respect the kid because the rhymes are tight. And this ain't a game, dog. Let's set the booth for flame, dog. Every time I press record, y'all can hate if you wanna. I don't need no approval from y'all. I'm that son, from dust to sun, I'm making tracks like a vagabond. Like God hates just vagabond. I'ma keep doing my thing. It's the return of the king like a war of crazy. But the bags are never gone. Just a couple chill ass niggas from the Mid-East current on. Y'all don't feel me, funny boy. And dapper by day, but that night I'm bully, yeah. This is the way. Why you stick what he say? I ride like hell, God, take me away. I say, yeah, and live it until the fullest. And if the chicken to talking that, take me away, take her away, take her away, take her away. I say, get it how you get it, and live it until the fullest. And if the chicken to talking that, take me away, take her away, take her away, take her away. Yeah.
I'm in between the tackles, these niggas unleash my shackles, and this shit will never fumble, cause the beef has got it handled. Really is the team, shit ain't making them freeze. Basically what this means, my squad's taking the reins, so you better run and tell the coach it's time to regroup. Was expecting my game face like I was scared of your crew, nigga, you know. You got one choice, step up your game or forfeit the season. I'm looking for a reason to continue with you. Number two's waiting in the wings, he's already got my next drink, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna take this way?
No, you did not break that out.
Yes, I did. Bars.
Bars.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to throw that in. Just
Oh.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Damn,
That
I
is
ain't heard
perfect.
that in years.
man, I got damn near everything. I got damn near
Yeah,
everything.
breaking the tackles and tackles and the. He's like, yeah, he's like, okay.
I had a moment. I had a moment in life. Moment.
She hopped in. I got some.
Hey, Vision fulfilled though.
She said, I got it. I got something. Let's go. Okay.
y'all let me get in there every now and again.
Hey, look, whatever works. Cool.
That was what's up. That's what's up.
All right. So next question is, what or who inspires you to work harder?
People inspire me to work harder. People. But over the last 6 months, though, my new niece, my Mel Bell, my Mel Bell. I've had some moments, you know, like everybody else with Corona and everything. 2020 was harsh on a lot of people, lost a lot of loved ones. These last 4 years have been like a huge roller coaster for me. And this little girl, that little face, I swear, every time I'm like, I can't today. I'm like, I can today. So people in general, but I'm also working a little bit harder just for my niece as well. And I got a hell of a lot of God babies. Thank you, Donnie.
Hey man, I gotta give both of y'all my flowers. But listen, let me say this on the record.
I gotta stick around for these kids. I gotta be around for these kids.
Both of these people are my kids' godparents, yo. They're both the best godparents you could have ever in life. They take care of my kids, yo. Like,
Look,
yeah,
I suck. No, I suck. I just show up when you need me. Listen, you gotta call me. I know I suck. You ain't gotta like
purpose is that we should.
I'm not there for everything. You gotta call me, be like, look, and I'll be like, okay, I'm on my way.
But to be fair,
that's it.
But to be fair, it's kind of difficult situations that you be put in. Like, just to be fair, and we're just gonna leave it at that. But, you know, you guys are dope.
That's what it's about. They know the love that comes from you.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? As long as they feel that love, that's what it's about. So
yeah,
you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah. Merf love the kids. Merf love the
kids. Yes. All right. So with that said, you've definitely done a lot to date so far. But what would you say is your proudest accomplishment to date?
That shit, I'm still here. Like after a lot of people don't know this. Okay, so the studio opened up in 2003. When I tell you we've probably gone through at least 6 overhauls as far as flooring, walls, demoing of spaces, of just so much stuff. 6 times did we have to break down and come back. We're still here. I'm still here. So my greatest accomplishment is that I haven't given up. There have been plenty of times where it's been like, you want to sell? You want to sell the house? Walk away, like be out? Could have been gone. So my greatest accomplishment is just that I'm still here. And also the people that have come through here that are flourishing in their lives. Like to me, like even if I touched you for a moment, whatever impact I could have had on your life, or if I did anything to assist you in that, I'm so proud. I'm proud. Like I look at all the ones that have come through here that are now doing their thing. I'm like, man, that's amazing. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for those moments. I want to see that. That's what I'm here for. And that's why I swear that's the only reason why I keep this place. This is a labor of love.
Yeah.
This is a true labor of love, and just me believing in the artistry and the artists of the DMV. That's the only reason why this still exists.
Well, I mean, you should be a public landmark by now. I mean, the people that came through, you know what I mean? I can't imagine a life where John ain't there. That's Merf, but it's Merf's house. Like, I can't imagine what that'd be like if that's not there. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's groundbreaking. It's like when you look, like me looking at old documentaries of Sunset Strip back in the 80s and 90s, and it's like, okay, that was all of these rock bands came out of there that you've heard of, that they were household names. And I'm like, yeah, we had one of those. It's After Hours Recording Studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, but you know what? I'm so humble. And people used to ask me all the time, was like, why you ain't blowing up? Why you ain't talking about who this came through, who that? There were certain artists that came through here that they're here because the privacy. Maybe they're here for the privacy part of it. I'm not going to sit up here and exploit them just because they came through here and they doing work. No, they're here to do the work. So if you came actually here to do the work, then I appreciate that, and hopefully you'll come back. And that's all I wanted. But we've definitely had some people in here, which has been a beautiful and amazing thing. And I think that because of the humbleness and not the extra of trying to, you know what I'm trying to say, all that extra, because we don't do that. That's why people continue to come back and continue to support. And that's why all these years later, it's still word of mouth. Oh, we don't have a website. Don't nobody be on our Instagram. It's word of mouth, and and that's real. So and I'm just appreciative of everybody that continues to support. For real.
Yeah, and I think that keeps it, like we talked about, the vibes that come in there and the energy that comes in there. I think that's what keeps it where it needs to be. Because people know if I'm recommending this, I know what that studio is about. So I'm not going to recommend just anybody or tell just anybody to come through. I mean, shit, we were recommended by Smoke D. Shout out to Smoke D. We gotta get Smoke D on the show. Gotta get Smoke D on the show because he's still doing and continuing with his consistency. But if it wasn't for him just being like, hey, y'all should come through here, they good people, like we would have never been through there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I always think about. And even from out here, like, you know, I just hit you the other day and was like, hey, I got somebody who need to come through there. Got somebody else, like, you know what I mean? Just because it's a certain energy and it's like, okay, I need to put you in contact with this space because I know what you'll get from that space.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny because like people used to ask us all the time, like, you know, where the pool table, where the video games, all this other stuff. And me and Jay and I were like, yeah, if you come here to play video games and shoot pool, then you're not here about the work. Yeah. Our studio was about coming in and doing the work. We don't want you to waste your time. That's why we did free consultations. To this day, we still do free consultations. You come in here, sit down with Breeze, talk to him about your project before you even get started. And then we get into the work. But no, if you try to come in here and just shoot the shit, we ain't got time for that. I don't want to waste my time for that. Yeah. And you shouldn't want to waste your money for that. But we had certain ones that want to do it. We're like, yeah, this ain't the spot for you. And the beautiful thing was we was in a position where we could say, this ain't the spot for you. Yeah. If you ain't willing to work, if you're not about the work, then this ain't where you need to be. So that, yeah.
Cool. Well, it took some time. We definitely wanted to like I said, shine some light on like who you are, what you've done, what you're about. We will have one more thing that we kind of get back into that. A couple more things where we getting to know you. But we also want to take some time to just pick your mind and see what you think about some things. So we opening up a session called What's Your Plane of Thought? Now I know it's usually what's your train of thought, but we two flew west and we all about the plane. So it's gotta be what's your plane of thought. That's right. Where's your mind flying? What are you thinking about? Now, we're about to bring up some topics that may be a little controversial. People may think what they feel about it. But I think one thing that's important is that, you know, with this cancel culture thing, like we so quick to cancel people out or just not talk about it. And I think conversations are super important. Whether we agree or we don't agree, conversations about it are important because the more we can try to understand each other's side, the better off we'll be, right? So that's what this is about. Again, it's not about this is a judgment-free zone. So you know, say what you kind of feel. Then we'll just talk it out. So first topic is going to be Felicia Rashad. So we know that Felicia Rashad has received some backlash for her comments where she kind of backed us and showed support for Bill Cosby. I'm getting out. She tweeted, finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. Miscarriage of justice corrected. A lot of people felt like that was kind of insensitive. She has since apologized for her comments and maybe been not having a certain sense of sensitivity to those who have been victim with like sexual violence, rape, or anything in that form. She's also talked about like taking like trainings and anything like that to learn more and listen. But the question is, do you feel like this backlash is warranted in this space? How do you feel about the backlash? Let's say not is it warranted. How do you feel about this whole situation with her?
I think she should have given more detail about why she felt that a wrong had now been righted. Like, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to stop watching the Cosby Show. I'm an 80s baby. Like, I can't cancel Christmas on Bill Cosby. I'm not doing it. I can't. Now, but I will also say this, and this is one thing that a lot of people don't understand. When all this shit came out about him, he was about to have his own network. Okay? So you gonna tell me all y'all come out the woodwork right now? Fuck no, that was a fucking conspiracy. I'm sorry. I'll believe it. I definitely think that yes. Did he give him the Quaaludes? Hell yeah. You want to pop this pill, boo? Did he get the ass? Yeah, he got the ass. Did they give it up willingly? Yep. While drug induced. But did he rape? I don't know. But I'm gonna say that it's real convenient how the moment he's about to be the first black man on his like a major network, you about to do that. I mean, outside BET and everything, but you about to do that, and then all of a sudden, all these women, it was just it didn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. So I get why she feels why she felt how she felt.
Yeah,
I get it. So I just think she should have gave a little bit more information about why she felt the way she did. Like I just did. I'm like, that shit just, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, where are all these women coming from? Where were y'all a couple of years ago? He had the Cosby Show for how many years? You talking before Cosby Show. You're talking during Cosby Show. Now, right now, at this pivotal moment in this man's life, now all of a sudden y'all coming out? What? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
I think, I definitely think, I mean, if anybody was going to come out for supporting him, it was probably going to be her. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be surprised by that for the relationship that they have and the friendship that they have. I definitely agree with you as far as saying maybe her wording and thought about the sensitivity of the subject. Like, she definitely could have worded, and I think she even realizes that, right? And that's where cancel culture is crazy. It's like, okay, she's human. She felt something about her friend, said it. Yeah. And, you know, now it's like, oh, we need to take her away from the university. But just a couple months later, it was like, oh, my God, this is such a benefit to have her here. And now all of a sudden it's not, right? And I think Stephanie Mills put out the comment around like, well, if you take her position away, then you should take away all the money he donated to the school.
That part.
Right? And I'm like, I mean, if you want to cancel, then you got to do it all the way or be open to have the conversations. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I think her saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I didn't think it all the way through when I put that comment out. I'm willing to do, like, I apologize. I will take the training. I will listen to those who feel a certain way. I think that's the way you handle it. Like, hey, I'm not saying she didn't double down and say I shouldn't have supported him. She was more just like, hey, maybe I
could have addressed it better.
Right. Yeah. I think as far as Bill goes, like, I definitely know, like, it is super convenient that when he was about to buy a network that all this stuff came out. I think there have been women who've recanted their stories. And I think those women should face jail time, honestly. And I think because what my feelings are on the whole subject is like, yes, in those times, it was different era, different stuff going on. The popping of the pills and drugs was kind of a norm. Do I think there's the possibility that Bill could have gotten a space where he overstepped in a moment just because of it was the norm? Yeah, I'm not saying that couldn't have happened, right? I don't want to act like that's not a possibility. And if it was, then that's wrong, right? Then I think that's we dealt with. But I think when you have all these people coming and they're starting to muddy the waters and like some of them, okay, it didn't happen or I just did this for attention, like that makes the people that if it really did happen to, it makes it hard, right? Because now it's like, well, damn, if you had this many people say it wasn't true, now there's that era of maybe it isn't true for all of them, right? And that to me is like just as much weight as we want to put on him. I think that weight needs to be put on those people who've recanted and said, oh, it wasn't true. And they should face jail time or they should face scrutiny as well because they are making it harder to get to the bottom of it, right?
I fully agree.
I'm all for justice. I'm all for figuring out what happened. But that makes it super hard when you talk about 100 women that came up and said this. And you know what I mean? Like, and I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, honestly, for me, because they were like, well, 100 women makes it like obvious that it had to have happened. I was like, honestly, if it was 3 women, I probably would be more like, damn, that like, it's something to this. They need to dig in and really find out what's going on. Right. And when it's 100, and then the timing, it really starts to become like, there's probably a lot of bullshit in here somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
And somewhere in there, the real is there. And it's unfortunate. I feel like I said, if there are victims that this really happened to, it's unfortunate that we'll probably never get to that clarity for them. And that justice for them. So, on that part, I just feel bad about it. But I still watch the Cosby Show too. Like, just throw that out there. So.
Cosby Show, Different World.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What's Fat Albert? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm watching it all.
Yeah.
I'm an 80s baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I gotta say, my thing is this. And first of all, let me apologize because everybody that knows me knows I have character flaws, and one of my character flaws is being, I guess, too cocksure and watching and not really watching what I say, right? And I don't do it from a negative space. I do it from a positive space because just like at the end of the day, can we all recognize our flaws? Can we recognize ourselves? How do we impact things positively and negatively? So I think Felicia Rashad, again, I've never met her, but how she moves, I've always been in awe of her. I think she's the same way. I think she's the type of person that's just like, I call it, I can see it, but I back my boy. You know what I'm saying? If something, not obviously nothing like that, but Baker's my boy. If Baker come and he got some shit going on, he come, they take him away. Now he coming home. I'm like, that's my dude. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like everybody else, I don't know y'all. I don't know y'all situation and scenario. But that's my dude coming home, and I'm pretty sure I know him, and most of this stuff is false anyway, if not all of it. You know what I mean? Because he's earned that with me. You dig what I'm saying? So I feel that based on their relationship, how close they were all of the years that they filmed, and the relationship that they formed, I feel that maybe he did do some stuff he didn't need to do, or maybe he did some stuff wrong, and I say if he did do it, then yeah, may God have mercy on his soul. That's all I'm gonna say on it. You know what I'm saying? But who am I to judge because I don't know all of the facts, right? And I think that's the thing where people get juice or they get this story, and now the story becomes bigger than the people involved in the story. And now we want to follow or be a part of something, just to kind of latch on. And I think, with these movements and Me Too and stuff, like, not to deafen the movement, not to say anything is wrong with anything, like Black Lives Matter, all of that. These are movements. See, people are working hard to create a voice and create, this instance of change. But with regard to the Cosby situation, like you said, it was a very, very convenient that, 40 years ago, he did this to me. 40 years ago. Nobody said that about Marlon Brando with his rape allegations. Nobody said that. Well, no, everybody said that about Nate Parker. And Nate Parker is a damn genius. You know what I mean? But, okay, he drops this gem on Hollywood. Like, this is an amazing piece. And all of a sudden now, it doesn't come out. It doesn't get the light it deserves because, he's a rapist. You dig what I'm saying? I think it's too convenient where people can navigate with this cancel culture to create these trends that people seem to forget that these are real people involved in stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even and I'd even take it a step further. If you juxtapose that with sports, like, we get so caught up in the fact that this is my team and so forth and so on, but these are real people going through real things. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if Kawhi Leonard tore a butt, you know what I mean? Well, he getting paid. He should be out there playing regardless. But this is a real person going through those things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So with regard to the Bill situation and with Felicia Rashad, first of all, Felicia Rashad, congratulations on the honor of becoming the prestigious person with Howard University, attaining that credibility and that position with Howard University. I'm sorry that's on you, because that's unfortunate. You're supposed to back your people, but then again, it's Howard, and I love you, but hey, Hampton. Ooh. Anyway, Felicia Rashad, I appreciate you for backing your boy. I understand where you come from, and I just feel that it's just unfortunate that everybody is so sensitive that they look for stuff to say, and shake a wag a finger at.
Yeah,
and I just think it's disgusting. It's disgusting because it's like you can't even just be yourself. You can't even have a voice. We for as much as people say about having voices and being heard and saying so forth and so on, you can't. You got to watch what you say. You got to double back on things. You got to retract statement. You got to apologize. At the end of the day, if you racist, I'd rather just know you racist, so I just know to remove myself from you.
That part.
You know what I mean? Cool. Now I know. I'm glad you feel that way, and I can exit stage left, and that's it. You know
And
what I'm saying?
I think it also opened, like I said, like even with the racist like comments, like if someone is racist, like I think we can be like, no and cool, I won't be around you, or like you can have that racism up front, and then like we gonna talk about. Let's have a conversation about this. Tell me why you hate me. Like why? What
Right.
is ingrained in you? And like I can understand the version of I don't give a shit, but that's almost like cancel culture. Because if I'm just like, okay, I'm canceling you now because you said it, then there's a missed opportunity. And I'm telling you, like
There's a
to
missed opportunity to understand why they feel the way that they feel. But
possibly change it. Like the thing is this: the only way we get to true change is going through some of these barriers. Like these are barriers that are there, that are like have been there, right? And if we don't have the conversations around some of the reasons why these things are there, and that you may not be the person to change that person, but you may
Right.
plant a seed that grows into something else. That
right.
they come into contact with someone else who gives them something, and then down the road that it may flourish, right?
True, but I don't think that, and not to interrupt you, but not that, I don't think that that's always entirely true. That's very lofty to say, but true change doesn't happen unless a person wants to change from inside out.
True.
Exactly.
I agree.
So you can't be like, oh, okay, well, I want to know why. Let's have this conversation. If they don't even want to have the conversation, most people just want to be. This is how I feel. So leave me be.
Yes.
My company most recently started a diversity, equity, and inclusion council, which a lot of companies have done.
Mhm.
And but they wanted all of the managers and service managers and leadership to go through
The
a
training.
3-day course, course. And there were just certain ones that you could just tell they're happy being in their bubble.
Mhm.
They don't want to understand it.
Yeah.
They just want to come to work, do what they do, and be out. And that's the end of their story. I'll be honest with you. Okay. I'm not mad at that. Live your if that's your truth, that's your truth. I'm not gonna force anything on you. However, if you really want to change, if you really want to know, what's going on out here in the world and learn about other cultures, then that's cool. And we can have the discussion and we can talk about it. But I'm not forcing my beliefs on anybody. And there's just certain people that just want to stay in their little bubble. Like I literally have somebody that I work with, and I had to get on her. I really get on her, but I was just like, hey, you haven't taken your diversity course yet, and you're about a month behind, and you're holding up stuff on my properties in. I need you to take that. She's somebody that's in her bubble.
Mhm.
So she finally took it. And she was like, I'm sorry, I've taken it. And I was like, okay, I appreciate that. Did she receive the message though? Probably not.
And I agree with both of you. I think, these discussions and diversity, DEI, like trainings and everything is all about people's journey, and people are in different spaces. And I think when I'm saying open the conversation, it doesn't mean I'm forcing you to have a conversation.
Right.
I think saying someone can only change is that they have to want to change from like inside themselves is true. But if no one ever challenges them, they probably won't ever change. Like you can say like yes, I can give you something, but you have to take it. Like you have to say, oh, damn, maybe I need to think about this. And that's where now it's coming from with me. But if everyone just says, cool, you're racist, I won't talk to you, then they're never gonna get it. Like they will never have the reason to do it. It's just like if a black person grows up hating cops, right? And it's like a cop is like, why do you hate cops? And they're like, well, I saw my dad get shot by a cop. I saw my family member get shot by a cop. So I equate that with cops, right? That's the reason, right? If that cop, let's say, doesn't ever even take the time to say like, why? Right? Then it never comes out. And then maybe they can never give them something. It may not be the piece that makes them say, damn, maybe cops aren't bad. It's the piece that makes them, at least it chinks away at the armor that says, okay, look, I know you went through this situation, but here's a little something. Right? And then it's just like with the girl you talking about, Merf. Like she did her course, right? She may not have received the whole message that time, but maybe it's one line in that training that's like, damn.
That maybe it came up. Yeah. All right.
Maybe that one line.
No, we got off topic. We was talking about Felicia Rashad, Bill Cosby. We don't go all around the spectrum.
That's what we do on Two Flu. That's what we do.
Exactly.
We flew all the way off course.
Hey, sometimes you got to circle around the tarmac. All right, here we go. Next one is Sha'Carri Richardson.
Man, you know what?
Man, smoke the weed.
Man, what?
Man, smoke the weed.
Look, Boo still got to deal with Nike. She got her own strain of weed coming out. That chick winning. The U.S. done did this shit to themselves. If we don't win any medals, you brought it upon yourself.
Hey, listen.
Fuck that.
They straight. What's the name? They straight. Colin Kaepernick, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she's an American because she had a joint. So what? But somebody put up on social media. They was like, but they allow transgenders to be. So it's allowed for transgenders to roll with the women, but she can't smoke a little weed though. I'm just saying. And maybe that's insensitive.
It's not performance enhancement. If anything, it should slow her ass down and want to go have the munchies and eat a burger and gain some weight. That shit ain't happening. Like, I don't get it.
She might got gout. And it's just like it's working the gout out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that situation. At the end of the day, somebody was just like, hey, it's a doobie. Oh, okay.
And when she in the state that she smoked in, the shit was legal. So I'm just like, for real, y'all hate like shit.
So do y'all don't want this
black girl to win.
So do you think they should have changed the rule now for her?
No, they should have changed the rule regardless once it became legal in the United States.
Exactly. They need to change it, period. But however,
they didn't. But because they didn't, do you think they should have?
So shame on her.
No.
It's not. I'm talking about rules. Just in the sense of the rule book, if it's in the rule book that they can't. Like, because I agree with y'all. Like, let me state that first. I definitely think, I don't understand why it's in the rule book, but it is in the rule book.
It is.
So if it's in the rule book, like, I think the one thing that we cannot miss, and I know I'm like on this soapbox again, but I think the one thing we can't miss is how she handled it. And like, she took accountability.
Yeah, she did.
She said, hey, this is what it is. I think we got to praise her for that.
She did.
And like,
but she fucked
you know
up.
What I mean?
But she fucked up. She took accountability, but she fucked up. She knew the rules.
She knew it.
Come on. And I think that's the part that a lot of people are like, man, let her go ahead. And I'm like, okay, listen, y'all. I get it. We mad as hell. We want her to run. Like, she represents our culture. She's amazing. However, she fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
And now going forward, should we reevaluate? Should rules be reevaluated?
Yes.
Because of this? Absolutely.
Yes.
But as it stands right now, and she knows she fucked up. That's why she did it humbly. It was like, look, I messed up, y'all. So we all of us up here like, let her run, change the rules, Nah, man. She admitted to it. She already knows it. I applaud her for it. And I think that's why she still has Nike backing her, why she about to have her own strain of weed, and she gonna still be successful regardless, because she humbled herself and said, yes, I did wrong. But do we need to look at rules going forward and change this shit up? Absolutely.
Well, I guarantee you she's better off doing it now in Biden's America than Trump's America, because she'd have been shit canned, bro. Like that's just that. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, maybe let me be be the person that I've always been. But if it was like Carrie White Personson and she was smoking the daggone weed, and guess what? It'd be like, oh my God, well, she's sorry and she can still run and blah blah blah. But if Sha'Carri,
okay, so how would we have felt if they changed the rule for the white person?
Wait a minute. What's her name? Carrie White Persons? What was her name?
Carrie White Persons. Okay, Carrie White Personson. She lives in 1515 Apple Pie Lane.
What would have been the outpour if they would have changed the rules for a white person? We would be fighting the same battle, just in reverse.
Well, we basically been fighting that battle for as long as bro. They marched
over the Capitol,
bro.
We probably wouldn't be talking about it. You're right.
We wouldn't even be talking about it because it's weed.
It wouldn't be a
like
story.
she smoked a little doobie. She smoked a white boy.
Exactly.
We weren't even talking about this shit.
Listen, I'm in LA. White people smoke more than black people out here.
They do.
Okay?
Yes.
They do.
So,
but I do think we'd have been like, man, had she been black, that joint would, like, you know what I'm saying? That's us. That's what we do. So I feel like that. But okay.
Ain't that part.
We're gonna jump off this one quick. See, we're gonna stay on task.
All
right.
Stay on task.
Rachel Nichols.
Okay.
This chick right here. I mean, look, I listened to the comment. I heard it. And I was kind of like, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I mean, it didn't sound.
That's how what? Bad?
It didn't sound that.
Malicious?
Yeah, malicious. It really didn't. It was like, so if she wants to be the one that they're giving the opportunities and everything, like it felt like she was more mad at the network than she was at the fact of this black woman having what she had. And she felt like if she wants to go ahead and take their opportunities, then okay, you go ahead and do that. Me, I'm not doing it. I don't agree with what you got going on. It didn't sound, and maybe I heard it, I only heard it once. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, it didn't sound like she was going after her. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the other.
Malika.
It didn't sound like she was really coming for her too hard. Maria Taylor. It didn't sound like she was coming for Maria like that.
Malika's doing it too, but it's Maria Taylor she was talking about.
Okay, I
agree.
I don't want to speak too hard on it because I'm like, it didn't sound like it to me, but I've only heard it once. But I was just like,
I agree. I think she was making a comment about ESPN and what's been coming out lately about ESPN and black people's experiences there is that it hasn't been the best. And I think they used her as a poster child to say, oh, it's you made this comment, so now we're going to discipline you and show everybody that we're not like that, right? And I think it's all like smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Like what's really going on. It's one of those comments where I think, she was definitely talking off air, like didn't think people was listening, but was she wrong in what she was saying? Like, was her statement not the truth?
I'm saying that she was her rights were violated because somebody straight recorded her. That's against the law. That's federal law. You cannot record somebody without their knowledge and consent, and then use it as admissible for any kind of. You can't do that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? If you know your rights, that's a big one that's violated. And as far as I'm concerned, but Rachel Nichols is like Katie Couric for ESPN or for sports broadcasting like that. You can't do that. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, of course she should feel like she what, like 20, 30 years in the business. You know what I mean? And now you got this hot shot that comes out of nowhere, and with all of the social stuff that's going on, of course she would have a right to feel that way or even say it. She said it in confidence of her own little relationship with whoever was there that recorded her. You know what I'm saying? Again, this goes back to what I'm saying. It's like everybody's so sensitive, and I'm just going to record this person because they need to hear this, and maybe she is.
But you know what? It goes back to the conversation we were just having too, though, about having the conversation, because she said it. Now it's like, oh, cool, shut her down, right? Instead of saying, well, let's have a conversation about what was said. Like, why is she feeling that way? Like, people feel like they can't talk like that anymore. They can't just say, this is what I feel, this is what it is. So you do it in this private setting, and then it gets out, and then all of a sudden, that's why you can't say it, because if you do say it, you get canceled, right? Or they try to cancel you. And I think that it has to be a better balance. But
there also has to be a thing of growth and forgiveness. Like some of the stuff that's coming out where it's like, oh, this one said this when they were 20 years old. Now they 65. Yes. I mean, or that type of stuff. A person can change.
Yes.
A person can do better in their lives. And we can't try to hold them accountable for things. I've done some things in my past. Child, what? I better not never run for president. What? Baby, I'm just saying. But look, he ain't done with me yet. So what that means is that, you know, people can change, and we can't hold just because what somebody said in that moment to be valid of who they are now. And I think that that's a problem that is going on right now in our society, and with a lot of guys. I don't agree with that. And that's just me.
I feel that the punishment should fit the crime, yo. Flat out. Because again, we talking about people at their job. That's like if you come to work and you was 10 minutes late, and everybody want to cancel you because you 10 minutes late to your job eating a cheese sandwich. Okay, but because the world feels that you messed up because you were taking advantage of the company because you were 10 minutes late. I gotta cancel you. You know what I mean? And I get that that's not a fair. Because she actually, it could be her tone could be considered racial, or whatever. But
look, that child still got her own show. Look, she ain't. Listen, this child still got her own show. The only thing she doesn't have is that she's not covering the NBA Finals no more. So moving on off the white chick. Let's keep it.
She'll be all right.
She all right.
She'll be all right.
She still got her own show. Like, I'm like,
cool, Merf. You made it through plane of thought. We can land your plane of thought now. Though this next question is going to kind of, be in the tail end of it. We at the gate now with your plane of thought, because this one is strictly on you. So we started this kind of segment last week with what's one not so popular opinion you have. So this can be as lighthearted or as serious as you want it to be. Like last week I said, a lighthearted opinion may be that a hot dog is a sandwich. That may be a lighthearted, not so popular opinion. And a deep one may be that President Trump was a great president. That may be a heavy one. So anywhere in between, what's a not so popular opinion that you have? Go.
I told you I was gonna give it to you straight, no chase. I know I got one, and this one right here, I felt this way for a lot of years.
Take Rachel down. Hold on, take Rachel down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta take it down. I apologize. Go ahead.
She was sitting there cheesing like it.
She's just like, go ahead.
All right, go.
If you as a woman decide to have sex with a man and you get pregnant and he don't want that child, but you decide to keep it, that's on you. I always felt that way. I'm so serious. I'm like, look, we both laid up in here. We both did the do. And we knew what we were getting into. But I've seen so many brothers, good friends, good dudes. And guess what? They handled their business, but that wasn't ready to be dads. But you sit up here because you bitter and you mad, and you decided to keep the baby. Okay. Me personally, I was like, you know what? Because I saw so many good dudes go through some bullshit. I was like, if I ever got pregnant, decided to keep that child, if he wasn't ready to be a dad, deuces to you. Be out. I got this. I guess I'm just like, be prepared to take care of that on your own.
Yeah.
I do not agree with entrapment.
Yeah.
And that's not, and I felt like that's not right. Yeah. That's not right. No. So that's probably something that I would get a whole shitload backlash for. But I said, I felt this way since I was 16. Since my first friend had her first, I'm just like, so why you having this baby?
Yeah.
He did this and then used it and just see a fucked up cycle. Like, why even put yourself through that or go through that unless you knew that you were gonna love that child regardless? Because like I said, and I know some great mothers that like, I got my child. I'm gonna love on this child regardless of whatever they daddy doing. And they've done that. I know some great single mothers, but I know some fucked over single dads too. And I'm just like, that shit don't make no sense to me. So yeah, that is unpopular.
It's crazy because that
shit I feel.
You're right. It probably is an unpopular thought, and I'm thinking when you think about the levels of that to where it's like, okay, if you do get pregnant, because some will say, oh well, he shouldn't have laid with her if he, and went raw and knew that was a possibility. But then it's like it gets to the point of if you're there and it's like, okay, we're pregnant, and the dude is like, well, I'm not ready. It would also be wrong to say that the woman would have to get rid of that child, right? If she didn't want to. So I think in that sense, what you're saying makes sense to me, because it's like, well, it wouldn't be right for a dude to say it and then the woman have to do it.
Right.
Just as much as if a woman is saying, I want to keep it, that you have to now be prepared to be a dad if you weren't, right? Like that's a very interesting topic. Like, yeah.
And I'm gonna keep this very brief keep this very brief. I think it depends. It's different strokes for different folks. Not every it's never as cut and dry as people make it to appear when they're having topical conversation about it. It's never that simple. There are a lot of different rays on the spectrum when you're in that situation. So and on both sides, you know what I mean. But the best you can do is once the kid becomes a part of it, it's your job to live and die by the kid, to make sure that you do everything you can for the kid.
Absolutely.
That's really all that matters.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And you want that other individual to be a part. I'm not saying that the mothers don't want them to be a part. All I'm saying is that if at that time he's like, I can't, you gotta be prepared to be both mother and father at that time until he says he can. Or be prepared for the moment he may never say I can. And it is what it is. Your responsibility is to that child at that point. But I don't think anybody should be forced into something that they really don't want to do.
Okay.
All right. That was a good one. That was definitely a good one. That was heavy.
Yeah. I felt that way for a long time. That's why when you said it, I was like, I got one for your ass.
That is definitely heavy. I like it. Well, that was a good one. All right. So again, new segment, new piece of the show. We trying these things out with you, Merf. You family, so we figure why not.
I'm gonna go pour me a shot. What you want to ask me that?
Ben had the shot.
I should have been had the damn shot.
You might can't get through this next one if you do the shot. All right. So listen, this is gonna be called Two Flu Top 22. Here's the deal. I got 11 topics, 11 of them. We're gonna put 2 minutes on the clock. The base sentence is, what are your top two blank? So all I'm going to say is the word. So to give you an example, I may say, what are your top two colors?
Okay. Green and purple.
There you go. So that's what it's going to be like. But I'm not going to say, what are your top two every time? What are your top two with the base? I'm just going to say the word. You spit out two answers and we'll go to the next one. Are you ready?
All right,
go. Go. Restaurants.
I'm a foodie. All the restaurants and all the restaurants.
Negative.
Shit.
Top two.
Damn it. Timbuktu and Carrabba's. There you go.
Movies.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, 5 Heartbeats and Temptations.
Sports.
Basketball, football.
Alcoholic beverages.
Tequila. The drink of my people. Jose Silva and some Tito's. There you go.
Songs.
I got too many. I can't.
2. Let's go.
I can't.
2.
The closer I get to you and Stairway to Heaven.
Cereals.
Rice Krispies and Frosted Flakes. Cheerios. Look, I made up some shit, damn it. What?
Vacation destinations.
Maldives and Aruba.
Board games.
Board games. What? Scrabble. Is that a board game?
Yes.
Monopoly. Okay.
Ways to relax.
Shit, give me a cocktail and give me that work. That meat.
Animals.
Oh, what do I like? Lions and elephants.
And cars.
Cards.
Cars.
Oh,
Vehicles.
cars. Fiats and Mini Coopes.
And a Mini Cooper. And stop. All right, you made it through with 16.23 seconds left. You got through the first ever 2 Flu Top 22. Thanks, Merf, for walking.
I made most of that shit up.
Hey, you did good. You got through it all. You struggled on a couple of them, but it's okay. You got through it. She tried to be like, I can't do it. No, I can't. Nope. Gotta give me 2.
Got me flying about to tell my seat. Okay. Yeah.
Well, listen, we've tried some new things. We talked a lot. We got off topic. We flew around the airport a couple times. We came back. We did land a plane of thought, though. It was a great conversation.
We landed in the damn. What do they call it? What's the joint called? The
terminal.
No. What's
Tarmac?
the thing that people keep getting lost in when they fly and they fly in a certain? What's the thing called?
Oh, the Bermuda Triangle or something.
We
in a black hole.
We went to the Bermuda Triangle.
I think the Bermuda Triangle for boats, but
they for planes too. Planes too.
All right, Merf.
Yo,
what's next for you? What's coming up? What's next? What you got coming? What's working? What's in the works? Anything?
No.
Okay.
Listen, you know, what's in the works? There is nothing in the work. But am I always open to things happening? Like, yeah, like, okay, so right now, listen, and don't even judge me. During Corona and even right now, one of my pastimes that like kind of kept me sane and right here, I love to play spades. Yes. I love to play. So right now, me and my spades partner, we are running a tournament right now for real spades players of the DMV. Shout out to y'all. Okay. We are running a tournament for them right now, and that shit has been dope. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care what it is. If somebody reaches out to me and was like, help, or this is something I'm trying to do, which is what that group was trying to do. They were like, can you guys help us with this? We were like, yeah. And we're doing it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm running the Space League.
It looks pretty dope too, by the way.
They're having a great time. And what else am I doing? And shout out to my Elms this Century family, my property management family. Like, I'm going to work in Germantown. Every day. But they make it worth me going out there. So shout out to them. I love them so much. I swear, because I could have been gone.
Hey, but that gives you the chance to do your car seat chronicles.
Hey, you ain't never lied. I've been doing my car seat chronicles, and you know, but I do definitely see some things happening before August 10th, and you guys do know what August 10th is, right?
That should be there.
Okay, look, no, I'm just making sure. Okay.
Got it.
So yeah, so definitely be looking for something big to come out in the next week or two. But you know, I'm playing shit off the. You know, I do this shit last minute. It's gonna come out when it come out.
It'd be August the 2nd.
Something to happen.
August the 2nd. She'd be like, "I'm flying to Tokyo." We're like, "What?"
Right. Look, and I want to take you with me.
Right.
Look, some shit like that. That part. Right. I'm not. Right. I ain't got the money, but it sounds good. But I might say, fly. Look, you two fly your asses here. Yeah. Come on, so all right. But
where is the last one? Where can people find you online? I know you like to duck undercover, but you know, where can people find you? What's your on? Do you even know your online stuff?
No, I'm like, do I want people to find me? No, hell no, I don't know. Look, my name is Meredith Forbes. Now, if you can't find me, I don't know what to say. Oh,
look, I don't know where I'm at.
She's
like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm on there somewhere.
If you find me, it was meant for you to find me. They know how to find me. Look, they know how to find me. If you want to find me, they know how to find me.
Yeah. This is true. We will make it happen. We'll connect you if you need to be connected. Cool. Well, look, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
I told you, we've been saying since we started this, like we had to get you on.
Yeah.
So many guests that we brought on in some way, shape, or form. Bring up your name, bring up After Hours, bring up Middies, bring up, just experiences that have happened there or with you or through you. So it was an absolute necessity to have you on this show and chop it up. I will say it was for selfish reasons to just want to catch up and talk and like have fun like we used to do in the studio. So if we could capture just a piece of that, that's what I wanted to do. So any last things you want to say before Donnie takes us out?
Man, this was awesome. I'm just so appreciative of you guys even wanting to talk to me. I was like, what the hell you want to talk to me about? But I'm just so grateful for you guys even coming into my life because, again, the label, all of that, those experiences that we had, man, like how many times when we out in these streets hollering at DJs, handing off thumb drives, CDs, all that stuff, like in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a beautiful time, and the grind was real, and the family was real. So shout out to our Middies fam, those that came and gone, those are those that are still around, still grinding and doing their thing. And I'm just I'm happy to see you guys doing what y'all do. So that's what's up. Love y'all.
Donnie, it's on you.
Listen, man, it's always a good thing, man, especially when you have family. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man, for uplifting each other, man. It's a beautiful thing. Definitely so proud of you, Merf, for everything that you've done, everything you've accomplished. Again, you've saved many a life and turned many a life around in the DMV, man, and have looked out for a lot of people. And it's even more precedented when you don't perhaps get the audible, loud, and name and lights type of congratulations or thank you that you deserve. But to everybody that's important, that everybody that matters, they know what time it is, and definitely you deserve every bit of credit that you get for the city, man.
Thank you. And can I say one more thing real quick? I don't know if they're watching or not. I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank y'all.
They're gonna be watching.
This shit damn sure couldn't be possible.
Yes.
Without their support. Y'all know Margie and Mel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Margie and Mel, all up and through. Like,
Look.
Okay, what you mean? Where you trying to go? I'm sorry, I had to get that out. I don't think
Margie is one of the coolest to ever do it. Mel is the other Isley brother that wasn't there. He was definitely part of the Isley brothers, but like definitely two of the coolest people ever.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, I just had to throw that out there real quick.
Yes. No worries.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you've done, man. It's necessary, man. That's what we wanted to talk to you about, to give you your flowers, man. You deserve it. You work really hard. You have worked really hard, and so while we got you, definitely wanted to give you that, man. Thank you.
I love y'all. Thank you for this time.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, without further ado, like and subscribe. Follow Meredith Forbes on social media. She's damn near everywhere. Google her. You'll find her. Google us, man. 2 Flu West. Nicholas Baker, Donnie B.GotDaBeats. Make sure you like and subscribe on it. She got that. I've never seen a plane. If a plane is like that, I miss me with that bullshit, bro. Like,
let me off.
Yeah, exactly. We're crazy. But please like and subscribe. Follow us. We got some very top tier talent coming. We always got top tier talent. Shout out to DJ Schemes, kind of work Katrina coming up real soon. Word of the street, Pinky Killer Corn, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody back home in the DMV, man. We by the people for the people. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And that's all I got to say about it, man. Y'all have a good weekend. And if anybody else don't have anything else to say? No? Yes? No? Yes?
Let them fly.
All right, we out. Peace.